Oh, I want to focus on my career and travel. Yeah, when you hit 40, you're going to want kids. Stop saying y'all don't want kids. That's a damn lie.
So funny how men are bothered. Also, men are bothered about women that decide not to have children. Like, why are you bothered? Do you know what they go through? Do you know what it is to be pregnant with children? Do you? Hey guys, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Maria David, and in today's video, this particular man was coming for Childfree by choice people, saying that, oh, when you are 40, stop saying you don't want children, yada yada yada, you are not like your forefathers. Or I'm going to play the video and come back and talk about it. Just watch the full video. All right,
Here's my take on the whole women don't want kids thing. I think that is just an insult to every single woman in your family, from your mom to your grandma to your great grandma, because they all had kids to make you. And that's a beautiful thing. That those kids that came out of your mom, your grandma, they bared them. They bared them. They raised them. They gave them motherly love. Why don't you want a kid to give motherly love to? That don't make sense. You want to be, oh, I want to focus on my career and travel. Yeah, when you hit 40, you're going to want kids. Stop saying y'all don't want kids. That's a damn lie.
now you're all getting now. You see, I don't know why men are bothered about why women decide not to have children. Why don't you just let people just have their choice? Yes, this is what they want. They don't want to have children. Let them just live by their choice and let them be. Is it like you're jealous? Because if you see Childfree by choice women, they are so damn pretty. They are vibrant, young, happy compared to the other ones. So is it like men are bothered or what? A lot of people had a lot to say about this particular topic. I also have a lot to say about this topic, but then let me just play the stitches for you all. Then let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section, all right?
Women don't want kids thing. I think that is just an insult to every single woman.
You want to know what I think is insulting? Men watching women go through pregnancy and childbirth, yet still not taking the initiative to be an active participant in helping raise the child that their partner sacrificed their body for. I think it's insulting that men continue to beg women to have their children when they have every intention of leaving that woman to raise the child on her own. I think it's insulting that despite not being ready to be a father, y'all still purposefully try to knock women up. I think it's insulting that despite not having the ability to become pregnant and give birth, that men still have the audacity to open their mouths and tell women what we should do with our bodies. It is 2023, and from here on out, we are going to say what we really want to say and go. And what you want to say is, I desperately want a family, but the women I date don't find me to be a suitable father. Check your demographic, because the reason women don't want kids anymore all boils down to men and the world they created. Goodbye, breeder.
Focus on my career and travel. Yeah, when you hit 40, you're going to want kids.
This shift with women and this movement of not wanting to have children and better themselves has men losing their fucking mind. Because how else can they control you if you're not birthing their children or waiting on them hand and foot? You're out here living your best life. How dare you?
I think that is just an insult to every single woman in your family. Why don't you want a kid to give motherly love to? That don't make sense. You want to be, oh, I want to focus on my career and travel. Yeah, when you hit 40, you're going to want kids. Stop saying y'all don't want kids. That's a damn lie.
My mother has 2 children, and among her sisters, I have over 50 first cousins. And among my aunts, there was exactly one of them who was happily married, stay-at-home, non-working mother to 1 child. For that generation, she broke a generational curse. She wasn't suffering in her marriage. She wasn't suffering physically behind more kids than she could physically take care of, nor was she struggling financially. It was seeing how my mother, the rest of my aunts, and my grandmother and great aunt had struggled with kids that put this idea into so many of our heads to either not have children or seriously delay them. They pushed us to study, to go to college, to start businesses, to travel. They're the ones who taught us that being respected by a man was more important than being desired. And they are the ones who learned for us through experience that a woman should not have kids unless she wants to, and only the number of kids that she can handle, because nothing is stopping a man from walking out if he wants to. Because for some reason, so many of you want to have kids, but you don't want to be fathers and give them fatherly love. What's up with that? It's unnatural. But absolutely no woman in my family is ashamed, embarrassed, or feels disrespected because so many of us waited so long to have kids or decided we didn't want to have kids at all. But I'm going to tell you, as a mother of a boy, what would make me feel ashamed and disrespected. If my son grew to be the type of man who puts his hands on someone's daughter, I would feel ashamed. If my son said that he wanted a family but then disrespected or abandoned my family, I would feel ashamed. If after all of the hard work and nurturing and sacrifice I poured into raising my son, and all of the risk that a wife or a girlfriend took to bear him children, he went on to say that he didn't have any respect for women until he had a daughter, I would feel ashamed and disrespected. If after seeing how creative and thoughtful and brilliant and hardworking the women in this family are, my son went on to say that women are too emotional, that they don't think clearly, that they can't be trusted to be heads of household or make important decisions, I would feel disrespected. But your video actually isn't about women. It's a projection of your own fear that more and more women are opting out of motherhood, and now you cannot use their wombs to procure yourself a legacy. It's about your own startling realization that there are fewer women living in fear of childlessness, and you cannot use this fear to emotionally blackmail them into giving you children. So now you're trying to pretend as if you actually care about the feelings of the women in their family. And that sounds like a you problem.
Here's my take on the whole women don't want kids thing.
Except you don't care about how women are disrespected. You care about how women having kids serves you. Just for context to anybody who's watching this video, these are some of the comments that this man responded to, and these were the types of ways in which he replied to people who were bringing up very valid points about their lives and why they choose not to have kids. I'm very tired of men pretending like they care about some magical arbitrary position that women have with regard to having kids, when you don't even care about the medical risks in which women have to go through in order to give birth. You do not care about women having kids. You care about how women having children makes you as a man feel like you have something to live for. This whole video was not about women being disrespected. It was about you.
Why don't you want a kid to give motherly love to? That don't make sense.
Almost 40-year-old childless woman here. Bold of you to assume that we all just have motherly love on tap, especially considering that many of us are still working through the generational trauma passed down by those mothers and grandmothers that bore us. But aside from that, there are tons of valid reasons why women pushing 40 don't want kids. For starters, we live in a country that doesn't have universal healthcare, childcare, or paid maternity leave. Some of us have disabilities that would make it dangerous to carry a pregnancy. Some people are married to a partner who doesn't want children. Some people live in environments where it's not safe to raise a child. Some people aren't financially stable enough to afford children. Some people are infertile and don't want to adopt. And I can think of about 1 million more, but I saved the best one for last. Some of us are self-aware enough to know that we wouldn't be good parent material, and we're simply not selfish enough to subject an innocent child to that. Because there's no amount of motherly love that can make up for shitty parenting. So now that I answered your question, you get to answer a question of mine. Do you ask men who say they don't want children the same question? Or are you as sexist as you seem?
Why don't you want a kid to give motherly love to? That don't make sense.
Well, man, I don't know if you watch a lot of stuff on TikTok or not, but there's a lot of deadbeat dads. And some women don't want to be bothered with the possibility of finding out that their baby father is a deadbeat dad. It's a lot easier to just not have the kids. You're saying about them getting their degrees and stuff like that. Women are also making sure that they can take care of themselves in the event that they find a man and he becomes a deadbeat, because he's not going to worry about the kids. So she's going to have to. It's not that they're getting, nobody's not wanting to get, well, I don't know about the marriage thing, but if they don't want to have kids, it's because they're concerned about themselves. They may know that right now they're not in a situation to have kids. And In the event of them having kids, will that partner always be there to help with the kids, raise the kids, help with homework, cook dinner? Women don't want to be tied down. Well, I'm not going to say tied down. It's kind of anchored. Like a ship. The woman is the ship, the baby is the anchor. And unfortunately, the ocean is the man just flowing freely. They don't want that because there's a strong possibility that the woman is going to be the main person to have to provide for the children while daddy gets to go out being a rolling stone. So if it's easier to just not have kids, so be it.
I think that is just an insult to every single woman in your family.
You'll get over it. Because guess what they did? Like, sweetie, where do you think we got it from? We watched them have kids and hate it. What do you mean? One of my aunts never got married and never had kids, and she's the happiest bitch at every family function. She got her own restaurant in Chicago, and every other month she's in Vegas eating the good buffet and buying the devil's lettuce and gambling. She happy as fuck. And why do you care? Huh? You have no uterus, no fallopian tubes, no eggs, no monthly cycle. Why are you speaking? What makes you think that anybody cares why you think women who don't have kids is a problem for you? Who asked you? Who asked you? Are you impregnating anybody that actually wanted to have your kids on purpose?
Yeah, when you hit 40, you're going to want kids. Stop saying y'all don't want kids. That's a damn...
I have a huge problem when men open their mouths about women not wanting to have kids because y'all don't even have the capability to conceptualize what that would actually be like. Because you will never go through anything like childbirth or pregnancy in your entire lives. Y'all will never give birth, so you don't know what that's like. In society, fathers are not expected to do anything beyond the bare minimum, and they get praised for doing the bare minimum. A woman doesn't want to have children. It's not because there's something wrong with her, or that she's lying about not wanting kids, or that she's trying to be some cool new wave feminist or whatever. It just means that she does not want to have kids, and that's fine. If every single woman on this planet had a child, we would be even more overpopulated than we are now. Stop telling people what to do with their bodies, especially if you're a man and will never have to go through it yourself.
Having children is not an easy task. And when a woman decides not to have children, respect her. Men should not have any talk or opinion about this matter because you all don't know what these women go through. All you need to do is just donate a drop of sperm. And that is it. Women are the one going through everything. They have to be there mentally, physically, emotionally for the years. And at the end of the day, some men are not even responsible to take care of these children. So can you all just let Childfree by Child people just rest? Can you all? I mean, it's getting annoying. And there was an illustration I saw while trying to create this video, about this old topic. And it goes by this. If you're watching a boring movie, like you started a movie, you didn't even know it was going to be boring, but you started the movie already and it got boring. Then you're not the only one watching the movie. A lot of people start joining you to watch the movie and it got boring. You guys are like, oh, I regret even starting this whole thing. Would you call someone else to come and join you and watch the movie? If you do that, definitely you're just wicked because clearly you're not even enjoying the movie. So why do you want to call someone else come and enjoy the movie with you? I mean, that illustration is just perfect because a lot of people that have children, most of them are like, don't do it unless you want to face this and that. So when women have not decided to work on themselves, to make themselves happy, let them be. And yeah, we come to the end of the video. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.